about it. Always getting hit. He's going to be the target. I mean, he's really going to have to undergo a whole bunch of pressure that is really hard to fathom. I like Gleyber Torres' situation a whole lot better. In that, again, bandbox in Yankee Stadium at just 23 years old, coming off a 38-homer season. Again, 96 runs and 90 RBIs. Both have potential to go up into the green category pretty quickly. And 278 is pretty attainable as well to get up to the 280. Again, I choose Torres over Bregman just due to the fact that his environment is more conducive to being relaxed and getting your best approach. After Alex Bregman, Xander Bogaerts, I really like. 4 out of 5 categories, he's green. Javi Baez. Javi's one of those interesting players. He has a potential to be a 5 green guy. 281, 29 homers, 89 RBIs, 89 runs, 85 RBIs, and 11 stolen bases. You could see a situation where those all go up with him. You got to like what David Ross is going to do with him. At 39.8, I think he's a good value as your 7th middle infielder. Ketel Marte, 329 with 32 homers last year. 97 and 92 are both potential of going into the green. He is another one. Second base, shortstop, and center field eligible. I really like his value at 45. I think, again, with the known of Joe Mather and what he did last year, I think that there's the potential that there's even more from, I think, a 26-year-old Ketel Marte this year. Jose Altuve at number 9. His ADP is 31.2. I pushed him down. I like Altuve. This is hard to do. But I think it's important that you do this. You just be realistic about your projections. 31 homers was interesting to me out of Altuve last year. And I think that speaks directly to tipping pitches. 31 homers and 89 runs I don't think are sustainable. I still think he hits around 300. He hit 298 last year. It'll be interesting to see if he tries to steal bases more. The line in the sand, the golden ticket, Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette versus Fernando Tatis. I have Bichette over Tatis. When you look at the ADP, it sounds wonky. 75 ADP for Bichette. 20.8 for Tatis. That's a pretty wide margin. But I think you're looking at the same player. I think Bichette's a little bit more disciplined. And I think you see some regression out of Tatis with your swinging strikes. I think he struggles this year with pitching. I still think he hits over 300, but I don't think he hits 22 homers. I don't think he steals 16 bases. Dave, I'd say we're in the minority by saying that. But I think you're right. He's saying Bichette all day. But again, we're talking about a 55-point swing in average draft position. So my point, just like earlier, if you really believe that, David, you have to be prepared to go up and get Bichette in Tatis's place. That's my point. And Patrick, we were talking about that earlier. You have to be prepared to go up and get Bichette if you think he's better than Tatis. That's why you make this list. That's why you do this. So again, Bichette at 75, 11 homers, 32 runs, 21 stolen bases, 21 RBIs and 4 stolen bases. He has 30 homer, 20 stolen base potential with a 300 plus hitter. I don't think that's sustainable with Tatis. I think Tatis tops out around 25. Sorry, Mal Pal. I see you typing, brother. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Yes, Mal Pal. Yes. So the last guy in this category, and I think this is one that's important to talk about. Thanks for coming, Mal Pal, by the way. Like having you, buddy. Jonathan VR. And I have him in this first 12 because the 40 stolen bases kind of, it mimics you. It says, here I am, take advantage of me. As does the 111 runs. They're both really enticing. He's moved from Baltimore to Miami. I was listening to a really good conversation today on one of the podcasts, and they were talking about the fact that Miami doesn't really like to run. You gotta love it. You gotta love it when a fan of the team that the guy is on reaffirms what you're trying to say. Malpow's sitting here trying to say Tatis's due regressioning batting average. I totally agree. I don't think he's going to fall off the face of the earth. Patrick, I'm not going to let you down. Hey, I've been wrong before, brother. That's part of this business. But I'm just saying for this year, and I think for the next 10 years, if I'm just being honest, Bichette's greater than Tatis is greater than Vlad. And I could be right, I could be wrong. David, I know you're going to sit here and I think that's the order of those three. So VR, 24 homers and 40 stolen bases with a 274 average. Moving to Miami, who's also starstruck. They don't have a whole lot of talent there. But it's a pitcher's park. Is the 24 homers likely to go up or to go down? I'm guessing down. The 111 runs in a new lineup in a new park, likely to go up or likely to go down? 111 is a lot of runs. I'm saying it's likely to go down. 73 ribbies, which is a red number. Likely to go up or likely to go down? That might go up. It could stay the same. 40 stolen bases. He's still going to be green. But if you're drafting Jonathan VR at 54.8 in the 5th round, you don't want 20 stolen bases. You want 40. And the 274 is the stickler because he's currently yellow. He could go green. He could get up to 280. That's really, I don't see one way or another how one could prognosticate that. Let's put it that way. I don't know how you could predict whether he goes up or down. So, To me, VR has to be in this top category because of the stolen bases alone, let alone the runs. But, Malpal, I mean, he's been fairly consistent. But he has had a couple bad years. I just don't know if in the 5th round I'm willing to invest my draft capital at that level and repeatability of 40 stolen bases. Does that make sense? I'd be pissed off if I've spent a 5th round pick and VR only gets me 20 stolen bases this year. Frankly, I would not be happy. Which is more likely? He gets 40 stolen bases again, or he hits 250 this year? That's my whole point. So he kind of has to be in this grouping, but he's at the end of this grouping for me. Second 12, Albies at 40.6. So, sorry. The first 12 is kind of dominated by shortstops. There's 2 second basemen there. And Torres is going to be turning into a shortstop. The second 12 has a lot more second basemen in it. 7 second basemen in here. But the important thing is really the green starts to dwindle a little bit when you get into these second 12. It's more about finding the potential for green. The potential to perform above that bar that we're setting. Okay? So quickly, Ozzy Albies, 40.6. Keston Hiura, 54.6. Whitley Merrifield, 48. Did I do that? No. DJ LeMahieu, a repeat offender at 61.2. Adalberto Mondesi, 53.6. Max Muncy, 75.8. Semien, 79.4. Tim Anderson, 106. Again, Eduardo Escobar, 109. Kevin Biggio, 138. Andrews, 143. And Correa, 95. I want to get through these 12 guys. Because this is where, just like I told you in the corner infielders to pick off the top 10, the top 12, this is where you want to live with these 12 guys, but you got to think about what you're doing. Because you're talking about valuable draft capital here. You're talking about guys that have pretty high ADPs for the most part. So let's talk about these guys. Ozzy Albies, I have as my number 13 middle infielder. He's a kid, 295 average, 102 runs, both in green. But really, if you think about it, 15 stolen bases is a yellow, 86 RBIs is a yellow, and 24 homers is a yellow. Guys, can't we all see him hitting all green? Could Ozzy Albies not be a first-round player potentially? Let's face it, if you hit 30 homers, you drive in 101 or 100 runs, and you score 100 runs and you steal 20 bases, you're a first-round player. Isn't that attainable for Ozzy Albies at 24 years old? I sure as shit think it is. Keston Hiura, 54 ADP, 303 batting average, 19 homers last year in a short year. I could see him hitting 30 homers. Merrifield with some position flexibility, second base and right field. 302 with 20 homers. He's probably not going to get you much more than 16 he hit last year, home runs. but he's going to score 100 runs.